phoned just day before yesterday in the evening to tell me about his inability to attend this morning's event. Professor Kaushal Kumar Verma, the Dean Academics, Professor Ganga Prasad, the Head of Department of the Department of Anesthesiology, Pain Medicine, Critical Care, and all the distinguished members of the faculty from AIIMS, from overseas, from other parts of the country, esteemed doctors, residents, medical professionals who are all present here today. I feel deeply privileged to be invited to address this gathering of some of the brightest minds, not only of our country, but across the profession of medicine. Every chance I get to interact with doctors fills me with profound admiration and deep respect for the invaluable contributions you make to the lives of individuals and to the society as a whole. It is a rare and privileged calling to have such an impact on the lives of others, and I stand in awe of the dedication and compassion which you bring to your work. Though I have been advised 3 days of back rest due to an acute pain in my back, I knew I could not miss this event. AIIMS holds a special place in my heart, not only for the groundbreaking medical advancements it is known for, but also for the incredible spirit of service and humanity that it embodies. The work you do here is not just about treating illnesses. It is about restoring hope, rebuilding lives, and often giving people a second chance. The impact of your work extends far beyond the walls of this institution, touching families, communities, and the nation at large. In a world that is constantly facing new challenges, from pandemics to the rapid evolution of medical technology, your role as healers has never been more critical. This conference is not just a gathering. It represents a significant opportunity to exchange ideas and collaborate on innovative solutions in the realm of critical care. Until the end of the 20th century, the concept of an ICU was barely recognized in the medical curriculum. Even in recent years, ICUs were not often considered desirable places for medical students to spend time during their ward rounds. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has dramatically reshaped our understanding and appreciation of critical care. ICUs have moved to the forefront of medical practice, becoming pivotal in the healthcare response to crises. The demand for fully dedicated and trained intensivists has never been greater, which is crucial for the successful operation of these vital units. We must also navigate the complex legal landscape that accompanies it. Critical care medicine involves intricate legal considerations that are as essential as the medical care which is provided. At the forefront is the issue of informed consent. Patients or their representatives must be fully informed about the treatment they are receiving, including the risks, benefits, and available alternatives. Secondly, critical care providers are tasked with meeting rigorous standards of care to avoid medical negligence claims, which further highlights the importance of accurate and thorough documentation. Years ago, I came into contact with a very distinguished critical care specialist in Mumbai when my own mother was undergoing treatment. And soon thereafter, I developed extremely high fever, which was ultimately traceable to one of these to viruses which are going around the place. So I didn't know whom to call up, but I called up the critical care specialist who had been attending to my mother, which was my first point of call. So he said, please come over to the hospital and I'll try and see what we can do for you. The reason I thought I'll tell you about this incident was not because of the fact that I was cured, which I was, but at every point in the 2 or 3 times that I met the critical care specialist, he had a laptop open before him and he had a speech-to-text software which he was operating on his laptop, and I'm talking of 2009 or 2010, not now when it's par for the course. We have speech-to-text software to transcribe arguments in important cases in the Supreme Court. So I asked him, why do you do this? What's the purpose of this speech-to-text software? He says, in the realm of the specialty which I'm working in, we essentially deal with the most critical of patients. And this is really a documentation. If I spend my time typing out what I'm doing, I'll have no time for my patients. But this is only a sort of an aid memoir, not only for me, but a backup in the event of an unlikely event which leads me into difficulty. But as we reflect on these legal obligations, we must also ask ourselves, are we doing enough to protect the very doctors who provide this critical care? The recent incident in Kolkata has brought to light the distressing and often dangerous environment that doctors endure in their workplaces every day. It is deeply unfortunate that a profession as noble as medicine and the very doctors who dedicate their lives to our care and well-being are subjected to such neglect. While my fellow judges and I recently passed an order to establish a national task force aimed at bringing about structural changes in medicine, it is crucial that we view this incident not as an isolated case, but as a symptom of broader systemic issues within our healthcare system. Various incidents across the country highlight the systemic failure to protect our doctors, nurses, and other medical staff. And the impact of this neglect is not evenly distributed